Many blessings to you out there. My name is Jason Fromm, and I'm here to share a little bit about bringing a little bit more consciousness into your daily life. So today I thought I'd share a little bit about what we identify with. So the yogis discovered a long time ago that suffering came from identification. They noticed that people were happy when things were going great, and people were not so happy when things were going bad. And they started to go, in life, there's always going to be things that are on the high side, and there's always going to be things that are on the low side. There's going to be things that are happening, like this loud truck that I don't want to be happening right now while I'm recording this video. And there's going to be things that we do want. The peace after that truck, like that stillness, would be the ideal for this video. But for other examples, I'm really happy when I get a nice big fat check in the mail, and I'm not so happy when I get a bill in the mail, especially if it's like a speeding ticket, etc. But these are the things that are always going to be happening. No matter how much we visualize perfection and abundance and all of these amazing things in our lives, it doesn't guarantee that we're going to get them. And secondly, even if we do get them, there's still going to be challenges in life. There's going to be times somebody passes away. There's going to be times that we lose some money or things don't go right in the market, etc. We're going to have our highs and we're going to have our lows in life. So the yogi said, well, life is going to continue to be the roller coaster. But we actually have the choice whether we stay on that roller coaster in the mind or if we get off the roller coaster and actually kind of ride much more evenly through the roller coaster life. We're riding much more even this way. So then the question is, how do we do that? Really good question. Well, in order to get off of that roller coaster of this, being identified with the highs, identified with the lows, identified with every role that we are, everything that is in our life, money, food, relationship, house, health, etc. We can either be identified with these things or be experiencing them as they come, and experiencing the high or low, the quote-unquote good or bad, but not identified with it. So we can experience even the desire of my preferences that I don't get a speeding ticket. And I bring that up because I almost got one yesterday, but somehow got out of it. But on another note, we can either be identified with that experience, or we can actually realize who we truly are in the midst of the experience and be identified with what's behind the experience. And that's the experiencer, the self. So the yogis realized if they step back from the experience and chose not to identify with that, to experience it but not be attached to the outcome of it, they recognized that they actually started to experience more peace. And the more that they disengage from identification with the things out there and actually turn that focus and engagement or identification with what remains, which is the truth, which is the self, that's that part, the big I, the part that is always there, steady remaining, that's connected to the universe, that is the universe. As they focused on returning to that big I, and not focused on the little I, the I that's attached to the little I that's attached to all the things out there, focused on that big I, they recognized that they could remain stable, still, clear, present, even in a state of bliss or joy or peace amidst the challenges that come in, even the preferences that are not being unfolding the way that they would prefer. So the yogis have chosen to identify with the self, and the average person chooses to continue to identify with the car, the house, the relationship, and all of the health of the body, etc. All of the things out there. And when things are going great, everything's great. And when things are going bad, everything sucks. And it's just kind of the same thing that the little I, the ego I call the little I, focuses on, that 0.01%. So if you have one pimple on your face and the rest of your face is completely pure, crystal clear, even the whole body is perfect except that one pimple, do you go to the pimple or do you go to the 99.99% of the body that's perfect? The natural state is of the little I, we go to the pimple. And so the opportunity is to get out of the focus of the pimple and onto the perfection of the self that is permeating everything in this world. So how do we do that? Again, it's just a continual returning to what's most important, identifying with the self, disidentifying with all these things out here. That doesn't mean you don't have preferences. It doesn't mean that you don't actually court what you would like to live and embody in this life. What it means, though, is that you're no longer attached to the outcome of it. It's called, as my guru says, it's called the joy of doing. You continue to move forward with your intention without an attachment to the outcome. So you put your love, your joy, your sacredness into the moment, and if it comes to fruition, so be it, and if it doesn't, so be it. Kind of a tall task if you really look at it, but it is absolutely possible. And if you're actually courting life that way, you're actually courting truth, you're courting peace, you're courting sacredness, you're courting the one, you're courting yourself, the self within you. This is the pathway to peace. This is the pathway to eternal oneness. So if you got the sliver here, many blessings to you either way. Namaste.